Is socialism good for you and me and to us? As I travel the world, I find the answers. I love to follow the trends of politics and economics as I travel the world. And recently, in the last year or so, I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I'm finding the reaction of people very interesting. In the last year, I've been to Las Vegas, Nevada, Miami, Florida, Bogota, Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, and even here. And a lot of times when I get a Uber or Lyft driver, it is a person from South America. And it's interesting to hear what their insights are on socialism. And what I find is the responses from the people that are living in countries or lived in countries that endorse socialism extremely, their feelings are the most extreme against socialism. I've ridden with several drivers from Venezuela, and when I ask them politely, because I ask from a very neutral stance, you all know my stance, I love liberty and freedom, but I ask them very neutrally and very respectfully, what do you think of what's going on with the politics and economics in Venezuela? And every single one of them, I think total of about 4, have come back and said, it's crazy, it's insane, they've destroyed the country, socialism's bad. When I ask them, do you see socialism in the US? Do you see a trend? And they see it vividly. And then they also say it needs to stop. We came here for freedom, and now we see your country going in the same direction as our country also did. Now, as we look at South America, most recently, just I believe in the last week or two, Mexico elected a very, very liberal new president. Good note, it's the first female president of Mexico. Hooray. Bad news, extremely liberal, pushing social programs, and the reading that I've done, she's soft on crime and the cartel, which could be bad with trade, with drugs, with sex trafficking. So Mexico looks like the lean is left. What about the other countries in South America? Well, as I said, I recently visited Colombia and spent a couple of weeks there. You know, of course, they live in a more socialist economy, but it seems to be staying pretty much the same. But something very new, Argentina is endorsing more conservative economics and their election of Javier Milei, who has recently spoken with Elon Musk and talking about doing a partnership because Argentina has a resource of lithium, which we all know is needed for battery storage. So very interesting, the dynamics that are going on in South America today. Milei has also gone to Europe and has ignored the liberal leaders, including Spain's current leader, and went and visited those that endorse a more fiscal and governmental conservative approach. So we'll see how these dynamics prove out, and I'll keep you all updated. Now, I don't get too upset about the macros, and the reason why is because we can't control them. I can't control who the people in Argentina, Colombia, Mexico vote for. I do watch them. I do follow trends. If there's ways I can take advantage of them, I will. But more importantly, we have to watch what's going on in our own country. And I'm not going to get political here, and I do try and stay away from the political stuff, even though I have strong political beliefs. But as I've said before, the biggest issue here in this socialistic movement is the continual budget deficits and the increasing of the U.S. debt, which can only mean one thing for producers, and that is we're going to pay more in taxes in the future. So U.S. debt continues to rise. We can fairly much assume that what will follow in that, also interject, I don't know who's going to be elected this fall. You know, here's my bipartisan blaming. I'll blame Democrats and Republicans. They both have increased deficits over recent history. I don't know who's going to get elected, but if it's a Republican, I don't think things change from the debt situation. That'll be another video maybe as we get closer to the election. But as this debt rises, the chances for that to cause increased taxes becomes a higher and higher probability. And if you've saved any money then you have to be worried about, is that money going to be taxable? And of course, I specialize in helping affluent investors, or those of you, I don't leave anybody out, those of you that want to be affluent and are saving to be affluent and have goals to be affluent. I help you deleverage what you have, mostly in the forms of qualified money, IRA, 401k, 403b, deferred comp, so that deferred money is basically an IOU, and I try and help you unwind that. The same thing with business owners. Those of you maybe that don't have a large amount of money in qualified formats, you have all your assets tied up in your business. When you sell that business, it could very well be a very big taxable event, and we help you do this. If you don't have a tax plan, you need one. You do not have to use me. Find a financial advisor that also has a specialty in taxation and helping you unwind taxable situations so you can keep what you fairly earned. And that's the key. I'm not saying all taxes should be abolished. I'm just saying I'm here to help you keep what you fairly earned. If that's something you're interested in, it's #freedom down below. Somebody on my staff will get back to you so we can spend some time with you, complimentary of course, answer your questions, show you what I do.